The young generation is the future of any nation, and in order to create a solid foundation for the state, the government must first pay attention to the health of children. From the first days of independence, when the country had a very high mortality rate among children, Kazakhstan paid a special attention to the protection of the health of mothers and children and carried out systematic work in this direction. It developed a comprehensive program and looked for various ways to improve the industry. In the early 1990s, the development of medicine required the modernization of old Soviet-era equipment and the training of qualified specialists. It is known that the training of a new specialist takes at least 5 to 10 years. There was a need to attract foreign specialists. To this end, our state has called on ethnic Kazakhs living abroad to return to their homeland. Today we see that many of them make a significant contribution to the development of the country and help to improve the quality of life of the nation. That is, with the arrival of compatriots, the problem of lack of qualified specialists in various areas of Kazakhstan was gradually solved. After all, there were teachers, doctors, athletes, singers, and dancers among them.
Баланы көрдім, живот посмотрел. Почему? Потому что ана жерге су болмайды. Күнде бір рет жетеді.
There are 2 or 3 sores, including the one on the right shoulder. We will register you here, then you will visit me for bandaging.
Мына жерден қазір оформить етеміз. Сосын күнделікті маған келесіз перевязкаға.
This is how the working day of children's surgeon Nurbek Saulen begins every day.
Мне одну бумажку. Я сразу рекомендационное письмо напишу, что она должна делать. 2 раза в день в течение 5 дней.
The baby's sebaceous glands have not developed yet. Mothers tend to swaddle their children too much because they're afraid that they'll get cold. The baby sweats and the inflammation begins. Or, if the baby is loosely swaddled, the body cools down quickly. Due to the thermolabile activities, the baby cannot withstand neither the cold nor the heat, and the purulent sores appear. Now we'll open it. Nurbek's father, Saulen, was also a famous doctor. Nurbek followed in his father's footsteps and entered the Kyrgyz State Medical Academy in 1999. In the first year of study, we studied anatomy. I still remember the first time we were with the group. There were 14 of us, 2 girls among us. With fear and curiosity, we went to the morgue. I was terrified of what I saw. I couldn't eat meat for about 2 weeks, since the anatomy lessons require the autopsy of a man. This is a complex part of medical science. Not everyone can go through this. Nurbek even thought of dropping out of school. I told my parents that I would not be able to study. Studying negatively affects my psychological health. No, my father said, you have to finish university. Now I'm grateful to my father very much for insisting. After all the difficulties were left behind. Thanks to his father's advice, Nurbek continued his medical education in the Akmola region and graduated with honors from the Medical Academy of the capital in 2006. He started his career as a pediatric surgeon in the Second City Children's Hospital of the capital. While working at the hospital, he was constantly improving, developing, and learning. Thus, in 2014, after becoming a recipient of the Bolshak International Scholarship, he continued his further studies in Tel Aviv at the Ichilov-Suraski State Medical Center of Israel. Without stopping there, I continued studying abroad, winning a scholarship under the program of the first President Bolshak.
шетелге барып әрі қарайғы осы балалар хирургиясының маманын жетілдіріп.
We invest all our knowledge and skills in the development and promotion of our children's health.
Тағылымдамалған ғылыми осы елге кіргізіп, балаларға қол ұшымызды шамамыз келгенше беріп жатырмыз.
Оңған берекелі заман болсын, отбасым алменен бас аман болсын. Жаратқан жапар ем өзі қолдап, пайғамбар Нұр Мұхаммед панаң болсын. Шөлдесең Сүлеймен кеп суын берсін, адассаң Қызыр бабам жолын берсін. Қай берен 40 жылдан әулиелер бірі қолдап, бірі жебеп алып жүрсін. Я Алла тағала осы берген ақбатам оңынан дарып, тілеген тілегіне жеткізіп, отбасына аманшылық берсін. Аллаху акбар.
Айтқаныңыз келсін.
Иә, айтқаныңыз келсін.
So day by day, Nurbek works diligently to help people, treat them, and save their lives. At home, his mother is waiting for him. She's grateful to God that both her husband and her son serve the people, that they have devoted their lives to medicine. Guests like to come here. After all, this is the house that raised two respected doctors. Meanwhile, Nurbek not only continues the famous dynasty of doctors, but also honors traditions.
Қазақтың дүниесінде жаңағы осындай қазақтың домбырасы.
All of the Kazakhs are not that superstitious, but they think that it is necessary to have a whip, a horse whip.
Жайдан жай шықпаған нәрсе.
This should bring good luck to the house. And they also believe that whip drives away any evil.
Сарала қамшысы дейді. Осы міне қамшы тұрған жерде жаманшылық болмайды дейді айтады.
Өзінен үлкен 4 әпкесі бар, бір қарындасы бар. Сол 4 қыздан кейін туғаннан кейін бұл.
Nurbek has 4 older sisters and 1 younger sister. Born after 4 girls, Nurbek is considered the eldest in the family. His parents taught him to be responsible for everyone in the family. He always thinks not only about himself, but also takes care of all his relatives, helps and supports them. I don't think that any of the relatives can take offense at Nurbek, and I want to say that I'm very proud of him. He's a very kind person.
Өте сондай ақкөңіл азамат қой.
He spent his childhood in Mongolia and the youth in the Karkarli district of Karaganda region. In Aksu Ayuli, he did not get off his horse. He loved riding and hunting. This is how the call of the ancestors was manifested in him.
Біздің өлке таулы өлке болды.
We lived in a mountainous area. It was necessary to protect herds of horses from wolves. Often I had to ride a horse with a hunting dog and a rifle in my hands. So for us, riding and hunting were commonplace. Nurbek doesn't hunt now. I have reduced my entertainment and leisure time, says the doctor, because the goals and the principles of life have changed. Today, he's recognized in the country as a qualified pediatric surgeon. However, he is still a child for his mother, Sindik.
Менің төркін жұрағаты мына орман тоғай әскери жердің ар жағында бір керемет жерде отырғанбыз.
My parents lived in a wonderful place near a forest grove. I remember Nurbek when he was only 4 years old, visiting my family there. All day long, even when it was already cold, he ran barefoot and half-dressed in the street.
Содан айтамыз, ана балаң шүбет деп сөйтеді.
Not afraid of anything. One day I arrive and see him running barefoot in the icy water. It's snowing hard, and he's running around the yurt. I think that they're playing a lot in the fresh air with children and participating in various traditional sports games, as well as helping his grandparents and everything. Nurbek became stronger, healthier, and tougher. Nurbek grew up a free village boy, running barefoot on the ground, not avoiding menial work, helping his elders in everything. This trait gave him strength and endurance, according to the doctor's mother. From an early age, he was interested in sports growing up, engaged in sambo, Kazakh kures, and judo.
Қазақстанның күміс жүлдегері болдым кезінде. Ол кезде уже
At one time, I was a silver medalist in the Championship of Kazakhstan. I received these awards in 1998, 1999 in Sambo, Kazakh kures, and Judo.
Мынау дзюдо күресінен міне, мынау Израильда бір күрескем, міне мынау Израильда.
I won this medal for wrestling in Israel.
Сонда алдық. Енді
This is the badge of the Master of Sports of Kazakhstan.
деген белгісі міне.
I received this after my victory at a Sambo competition in Mongolia. There I became a master of sports.
Самбо күресте қатыстым мен сол кездегі маған берген нәрсесі ортасы.
In sports, he imitated the famous Kazakh wrestler Kajimukan Munaitbasov. Although he didn't have the same power, he wanted to be like him. My grandfather lived in the time of the great Kazakh wrestler Kajimukan and also involved in sports, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and classic wrestling. He believed that you need to test yourself in many types of wrestling. However, in 2003, Nurbek injured his spine and had to stop professional sports. Currently, I enjoy running. There is a place where Han Kenisari's horse was watered from the source of the Savri Bulak River, 6 kilometers away, and that's where I run every summer. And in winter, our hero trains in a sports hall of the medical university. According to his friend and colleague, Berik Sattikulishov, who is also involved in sports, Nurbek is not only a good doctor, but also a very versatile person.
Біздер оқыған кезде бұрын, бірінші курстың кезде бізге айтатын дәрігер деген
When we were studying, our teachers told us that a doctor should be like a philosopher and he should be a very versatile person. My colleague and friend, brother Nurbek, is a real man, a Jibek. He's not only a good doctor but also a great athlete. In the years when he was professionally involved in sports, he was very active in sambo, Kazakh shakuras, and judo wrestler. Until the last days of his studies, he did not miss a single competition. If we do sports as a whole country, I'm sure that our future generations will be healthy, because with the advent of smartphones, the only way to protect yourself from their harmful effects is sports, says Nurbek Saulen. In our time, children do not go out, sit with gadgets. All lessons are done with the phone. Few people read books, many people read e-books. In the near future, vision problems will be the main disease of our generation and the generation of our children. Nurbek Saulen is a doctor, a pediatric surgeon, and he cares about the health of the younger generation. Therefore, he pays close attention to the treatment of skin diseases that are often found in children. He made a number of discoveries in treating skin diseases. Over the past 7 years, more than 5,000 children with this disease have been treated. Thus, he meets the expectations of society in the successful treatment of these diseases and faithfully fulfills the obligations of the doctor.
Оның ықпалы болған мен емес әкесі болды. Мұны өзімнің жолымда қуғызды.
It's not my merit, but his father's. I'm a doctor myself and I will send my son to medical school, he said. And Nurbek, in his youth, dreamed of becoming a military man. His father, you might say, made him go to medical school, but everyone is happy with the result. The son became a good surgeon, treats children. No regrets, I'm proud of my son. Nurbek's father was a highly respected doctor in Mongolia, died a year ago. He advised the children to continue the work of his life. He educated both his son and his daughter, and they both now follow father's example and are becoming doctors. My father wanted me to become an excellent doctor and make a significant contribution to the development of healthcare in Kazakhstan, says Nurbek Saulen. Starting in 2002, with the advice and support of my father, I started practicing medicine. It's been my life's work ever since. There were a lot of books on surgery at home, and I studied them all. I watched my father work and studied under him. He, in turn, devoted a lot of time to passing on his experience to me, sharing information. During his studies in Israel, Nurbek carefully studied methods for treating diseases such as lymphatic malformation and hemangioma. He also learned to perform various laparoscopic operations as part of endoscopic surgery training. He also participated in complex operations on the kidneys and liver. Thus, when he returned to Kazakhstan, he promoted the introduction of these techniques in domestic medicine.
Балалар хирургиясында осындай тері аурулары, оның ішінде жаңағы
In pediatric surgery, skin diseases such as hemangiomas are called skin tumors. Now, these diseases are quite common. Since 2012, I have treated more than 5,000 children.
бала емделіп шығып, нәтижелі
Contribution to health improvement of Kazakhstan's population is one of the goals of Nurbek's life, because that was his father's will. And non-fulfillment of obligations towards parents equals to crime among Kazakhs.
емдеу әдістерін кіргізіп,
The governing committee allocates 157,000 tenge for the treatment of one hemangioma.
біздің әрбір балаға бөлетін ақша болады. Сонда бір гемангиоманы емдеу.
This is significant income for our clinic on the one hand, and on the other, it helps us continue improving our practices.
үлкен қомақты кіріс бір жағы, екінші көмек жалпы біздің.
Currently, Nurbek is thoroughly focused on researching these medical conditions from a scientific point of view. He's a postgraduate student at the Kyrgyz State Medical Academy, where he studies new approaches in pediatric surgery.
Оташалау жасағаннан кейін тікпей, клейлеу, желімдеу әдісі.
Now we're trying to use a new method of gluing wounds after the surgery. There is a special glue called sulfacrylat. It is also used in maxillofacial surgery and on internal organs, the liver, intestines. This method is now being adopted by Kyrgyzstan.
Бұны жаңағы Қырғызстанға да кіргіздік жаңағы.
Nurbek Saulen is not limited to the development of pediatric surgery. As a qualified specialist, he shares his experience and vision with everyone. Foreign clinics are also trying to adopt his experience. We completed the surgery and the bandaging. Thank you, everyone.
Спасибо всем. Тау ішінде түнделетіп, аймақтау көңірен төбелеңдетіп, астымда мінген атым сылаңғағып, жалтақтап құлақтарын елеңдетіп, ақбұзат менің тұлпарым, шалқыған көңілім сұңғарым, көкірек кереп жұттым мен, ауаның жазғау жұпарын. Ах-оу, сүмбіл шаш, қарай көз ай тәттайсыз, білгейсің келгенімді ау жалғыз өзім. Қарай көз ау тәттайсыз ай, білгейсің келгенімді ау жалғыз өзім.